Fantastic. So let me see. Fantastic. So our stream is coming nicely. Let me go to Zoom now and make sure that we're good. Good evening, Tommy Nini, fantastic. Oh, I'm Faith, you're in SS3. Faith, how are your exams coming? Or are you going into SS3? All right. The fun fact about me is that I like to dance, but I'm shy. So that means you dance in your room. Fantastic. Welcome, ladies. I'm happy to have every single one of you here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm starting out talking to us, but we have a very special guest coming to talk to us today. All right. So let me see. Let me read all the introductions first and foremost. Welcome, Blessing, Princess Blessing. Ujunwa's iPhone, is that you or that's mommy's name? Do you want to rename the device? If you want to add a princess to your name, that's what you truly are. Tommy Nini Onitiju, please, do you want to add princess to your name? I'm seeing all kinds of device names. There's okay, that person is still loading, they will edit it. I see Princess Johnny, Princess Esther Bolari, please, you want to add princess to your name? I'm going into SS3. I'm a teenage TV presenter. Oh, fantastic. Where do you present your TV? Where do you present your shows? Or tell us what channel, in what city are you doing this? Welcome, Princess Adura. Fantastic. So Princess Emanuela, you're also welcome. Fantastic. My name is Emanuela. I'm entering SS2. Fun fact about me, you love doing word search. Fantastic. Anyone here loves Sudoku? Let me know. All right, fantastic. So let me see. Ooh. So there's a Princess Zai. I mean, it cannot be her name, it's the name of her device. So I see 22 of us are on the call, exciting. Our class is usually one of the smallest size classes in the camp. Every camp, I hope you'll be a little bit more, because I really look forward to having engaging conversations with you guys. All right. So let me do something very quickly. Let me talk with our guest speaker so she would let me know when she's ready. How many people were here the last boot camp? Let me see. If you were here the last boot camp, let me know. If you were here the last boot camp, let me know. When you were. All right. Let me know. I present in Nigeria. I currently volunteer as a presenter at Daystar Christian Center. Wow, Princess told me that's a big deal. Hey, Princess Blessing says she was here last year. Last holiday, Princess Jenny was here. So tell me something you remember from the last boot camp. Let me see. What do you remember from the last boot camp? All right. All right. Okay. So I have some girls from the class we just finished sending me questions. I was just, all right. So tell me, people that were here last year, last holiday, I keep saying last year, last holiday, tell me how that went for you. Tell me something you remembered from the camp, or something that happened in school, and you remembered something that was shared in the camp and it was kind of lifesaver for you that day. Let me hear. All right. Welcome, Princess Precious. All right. Fantastic. So I'm looking for the 15 to 17-year-old group. The meeting room is open. Fantastic. Let me see. So we have, that's the thing. Fantastic. Okay. Okay, so Princess Johnny, do you want to unmute and tell me what you took away from the last camp? I'm not seeing comments. Princess Johnny, tell me. All right. Oh, this person has been struggling with her device. So this person has been struggling with her device. There's no audio, it's still connecting the whole time. Hey, ladies. So let me start by playing a video for you guys now while we are just waiting for everyone to decide whether they're going to share what their experience in the last camp was. Let me just play one video that I think you may like, or just be interested in, all right? Let me see. Okay, fantastic. So there's a platform, there's an organization that is sponsoring this edition of the bootcamp. For the first time, we have a sponsor joining us, and they wanted more and more girls to learn about their product. So I'm just going to share their video now in a moment. Enjoy it. Okay. What's happening with the network?
My name is Jesse Wilson Tissip. I'm in Parent 5. I am struggling with maths and sometimes English. Learning was difficult for me because...
Please, can you hear the sound? Let me know. Can you hear the sound? Is the sound up?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fantastic. Let's go.
Jesse never liked maths because he felt maths was difficult. But since he started using the app, learning on the app, he wants to do his maths homework himself. Even me, there was a time I had to even go through some of the lesson myself with him, especially the maths class. And before the class went, I'll provide the answer. So he's like, wow, mom, so you know this thing. I said, no, it's because the tutor, I understood what the tutor was teaching.
Learning has improved for me on the lesson app. Now I have improved on maths, and now I do my maths homework by myself.
I would recommend the U-Lesson app to other parents because I used it myself, and Jesse is doing well.
Download and subscribe to get started.
So they have the primary and secondary school version of the U-Lesson app. If you're struggling with math, physics, chemistry, all of those kinds of subjects, especially for those of us that are going into an examination year, we're recommending that you talk to mom and dad or auntie, grandma, grandpa, your guardian and parents to consider subscribing you to the U-Lesson app. So let me just check the double show. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let me do this now.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. All right. Hello, ma'am. We're ready to have you. If you can hear me, doctor. Let me rename my own device. So I just realized I had not done that. So let me, Princess Irene Bangwell. So did I hear someone talking? Was there someone who wanted to say something? Sorry, we're just waiting for our facilitator for this session to come in and join us. So Mary, you wanted to say something? Princess Ofe, do you want to say something? All right. And why is the whole place door like that? So let me see. Yeah, finally. Oh, sorry about your device. Good evening. Your network was going on and on and on. Welcome, welcome. So who are the people that were here last year now? Let's talk. Let's start from there. Who are the people that were here I keep saying last year, during the Easter or any other boot camp for that matter? If you've attended any boot camp, let me see your hand up and then tell me something you remember from that boot camp, all right? Let me hear, please help me, help me, help me, all right? Let me hear something you remember from that boot camp. Why are the girls quiet? I'm going to start calling people's names. Yeah, where is that my participants list? All right. Amy, are you joining us for the first time? You can say yes or no in the comment section, or tell me something you've learned from at least one edition of the camp you've attended. I'd like to hear that. Chiamaka Faith, you're next. Chiamaka Faith, your name sounds very familiar, so I don't think this is your first time.
Hello. Sorry, I was having issues in my Bluetooth device.
Okay,
I think that has been sorted.
all right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly.
Hello.
Yeah? We can hear you, ma'am.
So I'm here now.
Okay. All right, sis. Do you want to turn on your camera so I can spotlight you?
Sure. Just give me a second.
Okay. So I'm looking at the comment. I think I saw something from, okay, so Princess Faith said this is her first time. Chiamaka Faith says this is her first time. Evelyn says this is her first time. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Amy, this is her first time. Tommy, this is her first time. We have quite a number of first timers here. Esther too, this is her first time. All right, I see another person. So quite a number of us, this is our first time. Ruth, Emanuela, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, Princess Michelle, fantastic. So let me see who else. Gloriana, Gloriana, is this also your first time? Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you very much. All right, so we're just giving just a few seconds for our resource person to come into the call, and that would be it, all right? Okay, so Princess Johnny was there. In the last Body Smart Bootcamp, I learned that my two major priorities should be my education and making a difference. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Johnny, for sharing that. At least we have someone, at least we have one person who was there at the last bootcamp coming back today. That's special. That's special. Thank you so much. All right, Mama. You are welcome. You are welcome. So you have the floor now. I'll just be on in the background.
Okay, thank you. Aside having issues with my Bluetooth, I was also trying to find the perfect location because, as Irene knows, I'm away from home, and
Yes.
so I just needed to find a perfect location where I would have zero disturbance. I hope this location works for me.
We pray.
Okay. Okay, so hello everyone. It's if you can hear me, just drop a hi in the comment section so I know that you can hear me. Hi, Princess Emanuela. Hi, Esther Abolarin. Hi, Ruth. Hi. Oh, we have so many princesses here. Hi, Princess Blessing. Hi, Ijoma
Everybody's a princess, actually.
Pardon?
Everybody's a princess here.
Yeah, so everybody is a princess. So many princesses. I'm honored. So, my name is, do I go ahead and do my introduction?
Yes, please, ma'am. Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Efiowan Archibong. I'm a medical doctor, a wife, a mother, 2 boys. I'm from Cross River State. I live in Calabar, but I happen to be in Abuja for some reasons at the moment. I'm happy to meet all of you here. I'm happy to be a part of this and impart the little knowledge I have and also learn from you all because it's going to be an interactive session. So someone didn't get my name. I'll repeat it. It's Dr. Efiowan Archibong. I think you can see it as my device name, Efiowan Archibong, in case you want the spelling, which I'm used to people spelling it wrongly, so it's not a problem. But that's my name. So you can call me Effie. Effie for short makes it easier for everyone. So, like I said, I'm delighted to be here to speak to you. This is class of 15 to 17, right? So, I believe some of the things that I'll be talking about are not new to you guys because you've reached that age, you've passed that age, and you're becoming probably even like experts or pros in, what we're going to be talking about. So today we're going to be talking about puberty and especially focusing on puberty and your skin. What puberty does to the skin. I want us to delve into that because it's an issue for some people, and if they don't have the right answers, they're definitely not going to have the right. If they don't ask the right questions, they're definitely not going to get the right answers and the right solutions to the skin issues that come with puberty. We'll also be talking about the myths that surround skincare. We'll be talking about how to treat certain conditions that are common in puberty. And also, I'll also teach on how to have a simple skincare routine. I'm sure we're all excited about this because at this age, I know that we are we become more aware of our appearance, our physical appearance, our skin, and especially because of the changes that occur around this time. So I know that this topic will be very useful to us. So I'd like to start by, please, if at any point you can't hear me, just let me know because I just want to believe that this Bluetooth device issue has been sorted. But if you can't hear me at any point, just put it in the comment section. Thank you. So let's shoot. Puberty. What is puberty? I believe I'm just going to, talk, and at the end of the session, we'll have questions, we'll have contributions, and all that. So just listen to me for the next 20 to 30 minutes. So what is puberty? Puberty is that time in a young girl or a young boy's life where they reach sexual maturity and are capable of reproduction, meaning that the sexual organs begin to mature, and by the end of puberty, they have reached the peak of maturity. And when I talk about sexual organs, we know for the women, for the girls, what the breasts begin to grow, they begin to menstruate, meaning that I remember when I started menstruating, my mom called me to one corner and told me, that now that you started menstruating, it means you're capable of becoming pregnant. So that's what I mean by the young boys and young girls reach sexual maturity and are able to undergo reproduction. meaning a girl is able to get pregnant once they enter that puberty stage. And a boy is also able to get somebody pregnant because they have reached they've attained the beginning of sexual maturity at puberty. So at what age does this occur? It's for girls, it's between the ages of 18 to 13 on average. Most girls will attain puberty between the ages of 8 to 13 years. But on rare occasions, it can happen even earlier than 8 years, and on some occasions, it can start after 13 years. But on average, most people will undergo puberty between age of 8 to 13 years, most girls. And for boys, it's usually between the age of 9 to 14 years. So what really happens during puberty? Like I said, for girls, that's the age where they begin to have their menses. But the first sign that a girl has entered puberty is usually the breast. The breast begins to grow. So sometimes it just looks like it just shoots out small. And then, of course, from there, it starts to grow. That's the first sign. Usually, a year or two after the breast begins to grow, the girl will experience menstruation. I know that most of us in this class have been through this. That's why I said I'm speaking to you on a topic that is not new to you, and you are probably already familiar with it, judging from the age group of this class. So the girl menstruates. That's also the time where you start to notice hair in the underarms, what we call armpits, and hair in the pubic area, that's the private part. And then also at puberty, some people start to have an odor that they are not used to, something we call body odor. Not because they are not clean, not because they are not taking care of themselves, but because during puberty, their hormones, it's the same hormones that, are released, and they cause breast development, they cause menstruation, and the armpit and hair and pubic hair to grow. Those same hormones will stimulate other glands, including the sweat glands. The sweat glands that are located in the armpit area and the pubic area. And it makes the young girl, to sweat more. And as long as she's sweating more, that sweat will mix with the bacteria that is already in those areas, because we all have bacteria on our skin. And these are normal bacteria that live on the skin. There's good bacteria, there's bad bacteria. So we all have, not everybody has some form of bacteria living on their skin, which is just there and does not cause any issue. But by the time someone in puberty starts to sweat more, this sweat mixes with the bacteria and produces an odor. So that is the origin of body odor. When people get to puberty, that is why it is necessary to, take care of yourself more, because at that time, at that age, you are more likely to have body odor because of what I just explained. And for boys, of course, scrotal enlargement, the scrotum, that the testes begin to grow bigger, their voices begin to crack and become deeper. The chest begins to broaden. Some they start noticing armpit hair as well, hair in the pubic area. Some of them chest hair. Some of them start growing beards at some point. So those are the changes for boys. And then even wet dreams. Boys start to have wet dreams too. That is, they ejaculate. If I'll try to break it down as much as possible. If I use any term that you feel you don't understand what it means, please just put it down. At the end, you can ask and I'll explain further. So, but I'm sure a lot of us know what wet dreams are. So boys at this stage of puberty begin to have wet dreams, and they ejaculate at night when they are sleeping. Another thing that happens during puberty is acne, which is going to be like the bane of our discussion today. The same way the hormones released during this time stimulate sweat glands, they also stimulate the oil glands on our skin, causing them to produce more oil. So during this stage of a girl or a boy's life, they find that their skin is producing more oil. And as long as it's producing more oil, it also reacts with the bacteria that is already on the skin and even dead skin cells, and blocks the pores that are on our skin. And that leads to swelling, and that is what causes pimples and eventually acne. So those are the changes that occur during puberty. Also, there is growth spurts, where for boys, this occurs between 12 to 15 years, even girls too. But sometimes by the time a boy is 16 years, by the time a boy is 16 years, they would have the growth hormone is usually released in higher quantity during puberty. So those are the changes that occur during puberty. Now, what are some of the hygiene-related changes that will undergo during puberty? I believe I've mentioned some of them already. There's increased risk, there's increased chances of having body odor during puberty from what I already explained. Those hormones, like I said, will cause the sweat glands to produce more sweat and body odor will follow. Also, during puberty is when a girl would menstruate, will begin menstruation. So it is important, for her to observe a greater amount of hygiene because of this. Change your pad often, bath often, bath in the morning, bath before you go to bed. Try and keep that place as clean as possible. Another hygiene issue that occurs during puberty is when there's because during puberty, boys and girls are more prone to having these pimples and acne that I mentioned. It's important that they take better care of their skin and have a skin care routine, which we will talk about later. So if before now you are the type that you just wake up, you bath, you just use water on your face, or you don't even bother when it's time to sleep, you sleep without washing your face, or you'd go out, you use makeup. Care routine at this stage of your life. So we will talk about that going forward. How do we take care of ourselves in order to prevent odors that come with sweating, vaginal discharges, and periods? So we've talked about the sweating that produces the body odor, but there can be odor from also menstruation. If you're not taking care of yourself hygienically during your menstruation, it can create odor. Even discharge, vaginal discharge, I'm not talking about the discharge from infection. Normally we have the normal vaginal discharge. As a young girl, when you get into puberty and then you start menstruating, you will notice discharge. There's the one that comes during ovulation. It's very thin, and if you put it in your hand and you stretch it, it can stretch like an elastic. It doesn't smell bad. Those are normal discharges. If we do not know how to how to manage our private area when these changes occur, it can lead to odor. So like I've spoken already, I said bath regularly, use deodorants, use body sprays, use perfumes. Of course, you cannot use deodorant, body spray, and perfume on a dirty body. Or, you bath first and then you use those things. And then sometimes you may bath and use those things, but then you can't pick up a dress that is smelling and wear. So it's important that, sometimes when we go out, we have no choice but to sweat. Look at the weather, the hot sun and everything. When you come back, it's important to air those clothes, because one thing I've noticed is some people, they may not have, the body odor may not be coming from them, but it's coming from the clothes that they are wearing. So for instance, you wear something, you've sweated in it, then you go and fold it and keep somewhere, and in 2 or 3 days, you pick it up to wear again, it will have a smell. So let's have that habit of, if the dress is dirty, of course, wash it and dry it properly. If it's not that dirty and you want to wear it again, let's try and air it somewhere or put it under the sun for that sweat and all those things to anti-perspirant to use. They use perfumes, use body sprays to make you smell good. There are some natural things that some people, for those of us who like using purely natural things, so there's something they call witch hazel. You go to a pharmacy and ask, you can use it, dap it in a cotton wool, or even apple cider vinegar, dap in a cotton wool and use to clean your underarms or all those areas where you sweat a lot and body odor comes from. And hello, can I go ahead?
Hello?
Okay, I thought someone was saying something. Can I go ahead?
No.
I'm breaking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I said, for people
Hello?
who like to use,
Hello?
hello,
No.
can I go ahead? Okay. So I said, for people who like to use natural products, you can use apple cider vinegar, soak it in cotton wool and clean your armpits. Or witch hazel. It's a product that you can get from a pharmacy. Some people
Nothing.
lemon juice. Can we mute, please?
Yeah, wait.
Some people use lemon.
Hello, sis, please unmute yourself now. I had to
I've
mute
done
her.
that.
Okay,
Okay.
please unmute yourself. Thank you.
So some people can use lemon juice and wash that area as well. If your skin is sensitive, just mix the lemon juice in water and use it to clean that area. It also gives the same effect of, stopping the odor. Of course, don't use this on any cracks. Irritable and inflamed. Of course, you cannot use these things I just mentioned when you just finished shaving. So those are some of the remedies for body odor. Then for the vaginal discharge and period, like I said, bathing regularly. Do not douche. I don't know, some people say douche, some people say douche, some people say douche. DOUCH. Do not clean your vagina that way. Either you use water or there are some vaginal wash that are specially formulated for the vaginal area that they are mild. Either you use that or use just water if you don't have access to that, to wash the outside of your vagina. You have no business going inside to wash it or douching, putting something, pushing any concoction or any liquid, or even if it's just water, pushing it inside the vagina to wash. You have no business doing that. That will just make you prone to vaginal infections. So as a young girl, please use a vaginal wash, especially formulated for the vagina that is mild, or just water to wash the outside of your vagina. Do that regularly, especially when you are on your menses, or if you notice that you're having more vaginal discharge. That's the normal vaginal discharge, because sometimes during ovulation, it comes out more. You just clean that place. You use cotton panties. Cotton panties would make air pass through them and keep that vagina area dry, because the drier the place is, the less likely for it to smell bad. So use cotton panties. If you urinate, wipe from front to back, so that you will not have so that that place will be dry as well. And why I say front to back, so that you don't take any dirt that is in the bum area to the vagina. If you go swimming as well, make sure you don't sit after swimming. Make sure you don't sit for long without wet swimsuit and all that. Try and keep that place as dry as possible. It will help. Someone asked, what is ovulation? Ovulation happens before menstruation. Ovulation is when the ovaries, you know what the ovaries are, right? A girl has the uterus, which basically is where a baby is incubated and grows. Then you have attached to the uterus are two ovaries, one on the left, one on the right. The ovaries contain the eggs that are released, which if they are fertilized, becomes a baby. Fertilized by sperm becomes a baby. If they are not fertilized, they die off, and then the woman degrades. Ovulation occurs when a ovulation occurs when those eggs are released from the ovaries, and typically it happens exactly 2 weeks before menstruation. You know, menstruation happens every month. So 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks before a girl menstruates, ovulation occurs. Those eggs are released from the ovaries. Now, if those eggs are not fertilized, they die, and then the woman menstruates. That's why if someone menstruates, they are pretty confident that they are not pregnant. Once pregnancy occurs, menstruation naturally would stop. I hope you understand that. If you don't, you can look it up further after this so that we do not distract ourselves from the actual topic of the day. So, I've spoken about how we should take care of ourselves um, to avoid others. Now, what changes can we notice on our skin when we get into puberty? What changes can we notice on our skin? Princess, if you're still asking about ovulation, don't worry. When I finish, we get into the question and answer section. You can ask again, and I'll try and explain again. What changes can we notice on our skin? Someone put in the comment section, pimples, acne. Very correct. Why? I already mentioned it. More oil is produced, right? The hormones those hormones, testosterone for the boys, estrogen for the girls, those hormones, when they are released during puberty, they stimulate the oil glands to produce more oil on the face. And like I said, this oil blocks the pores in our face and leads to inflammation, leads to pimples, leads to acne. So those are the changes that happen during puberty. Yeah, a girl or a boy is more likely to have pimples and acne on the face during puberty. Of course, more hair also grows for guys. They start having beards, chest, hair, and all that. Note that pimples and acne does not only occur on the face. For some people, because these oil glands are also situated on other parts of the body apart from the face. So some people, they may notice that they're even having it on their back, the upper part of the chest, their neck, and their shoulders. So those are the changes. Thank you, Chine. Yeah, it can occur on the back. Exactly. I know someone who has it a lot on her back. So those are the changes that occur during puberty on the skin. So we'll talk about how to handle these changes and what to do to minimize them. So now, can someone just type in for me? Beautiful skin equals beautiful you. True or false? I want to see in the comment section. True or false? Beautiful skin equals beautiful you. Someone asked a question on stretch marks. Please ask it at the end of the session. I'll answer that. Beautiful skin equals beautiful you. True or false? I'm seeing some true. I'm seeing some false. I know we all have our reasons for that answer. And I would like to say that everybody is correct. Those who said true are correct. Those who said false are correct. Beautiful skin equals beautiful you. Of course, everybody wants to have a beautiful skin, right? And when you have a beautiful skin, people will comment and, oh, you look so beautiful. Your skin is beautiful. But can I bust your bubble and tell you that you can be beautiful even if you don't have a beautiful skin? Because beauty is on the inside. Beauty is on the inside. I have met some people who have very bad skin, But because they are so confident of themselves, I'm just naturally attracted to them that I don't even notice that they have this. In fact, recently I saw an ad on the internet, on Instagram. A girl was advertising a skincare brand, and she had a lot of tribal marks on her face. In fact, I've not seen that many tribal marks on her face. She was she was advertising a skincare brand, and she did it with so much confidence. I just looked at this girl. I said, "Wow!" In fact, for the first time, because of the way this girl was so confident and the way she spoke, for the first time, I admired tribal marks. I said, "Wow, this is beautiful." In fact, like, she changed my perception of tribal marks. When I saw it, I was like, "Wow, this is beautiful." So sometimes the way you carry yourself can make someone change, have a total different perception of you, and a total new meaning to beauty. Because the world defines beauty, and they say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. What is beautiful for this person may not be beautiful for this person, right? And the world sets standards that are not real. They say, oh, this one has to be this height to be beautiful, has to be this complexion to be beautiful. No, you define your own beauty, and you tell yourself that I am beautiful, regardless of this or that or that or that. And when you exude that confidence, believe me, people are going to call you. So when you call yourself beautiful and you exude that confidence, people have no choice but to fall in line. That is why I said it is true, it is false. True, because yes, it's good to have a beautiful skin, which is why we're having this discussion today, so that we will learn how to take care of our skin for it to be beautiful. But false, because whether or not your skin is popping, you can still exude that confidence knowing that you are beautiful. It comes from the inside. Believe it that you are beautiful, and no one can tell you otherwise. So, my next question is, should our skin, I'm sure from what I have said now, you already have the answer to this question. Should our skin define how beautiful we feel about ourselves? Is that a yes or a no? Very good. Shamaka said no. No. Yes. Your skin should not define how beautiful you feel about. Sometimes you can't even control it. Like I said, this acne most is puberty, that causes excess oil production on the face. And sometimes you can't even help it. Some of these things just come and you can't even help it. Doesn't mean you stop feeling beautiful about yourself. Of course not. Our skin should not, what we're doing today is just to teach us how to manage the situation so that it's not so bad, or so that it even goes away completely if possible. But it should not define how you feel about yourself. Whether you have pimples or not, whether your skin is popping or not, whether you are fair in complexion or dark in complexion like myself, your skin tone, your skin issues should not define how beautiful you feel about yourself. Healthy skin looks glowy. You see someone with healthy skin, the skin is glowing. You hear people say, oh, melanin popping, skin is popping, skin is glowing. It just radiates some kind of shininess. It just glows, and if you touch it, it feels smooth, right? And it's not dry, it's not flaky, it's not patchy. Oh, skin is skinning. Okay, I've learned a new one. Skin is skinning. So that is it. Healthy skin, does you won't see it, like it's not peeling, it's not flaky, like I said, it's not dry. It looks moisturized, it looks glowy. And normally people say that healthy skin is a mirror of a healthy body. That's why some people say when you want to achieve health, if you want to achieve healthy skin, you should also think about it, what you are eating. Taking a lot of fruits and vegetables and drinking a lot of water can also show on your skin. So when you're healthy inside, it also shows on the skin outside. So that is healthy skin. Now, what are the myths that we have learned about skincare during puberty? I'll mention some, and I'm sure you'll also have some to add to it. One of the myths about skincare during puberty, people say popping a pimple will help you heal faster. Is that true? No, it's not. I know there are people that are pimple poppers. If you're a pimple popper in this comment section, don't feel shy. Just give me a hi. You're a
Ah,
pimple popper. My mom was like that. She just said, come, 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 come. Initially, you know what she's calling you for. Then as soon as you come close, princess, hey, pimple popper. As soon as you come close, she just say, wait, 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 wait. You know, squeeze it. So my mom was a pimple popper. No, she will not only pop for herself, she wants to pop for anybody who sees a pimple. So I know it's a habit that is sometimes very difficult to stop, but it's not good for your skin. If it will make the pimple go away, rather it will make it worse. And even when it goes away, it will leave a very dark spot. So pimple popping is not meant for pimples. Is not true. There's only one line of treatment for pimples. Is not true. There are several treatments which I'll mention some of them along the line for pimples and acne. So it's not only one way to treat it. And another myth is some people say, once you start um your treatment for pimples and acne, it will clear up within a week or two. It's not true. Sometimes it takes time, it takes patience, but just be consistent. Eventually you'll see results. Another myth is some people say people get acne because they do not wash their faces. It's not true. You see someone with acne, you say, this girl must be, or this boy must be a very dirty boy. He doesn't wash his face. That's why. It's not true. As I mentioned, during puberty, there's more oil production. So some people can't even help it. It just comes. It's now how to manage it that they need to learn. So it's not because they are not washing their faces. Another myth is some people say oily foods cause acne. It's not true. In fact, the foods that we advise people to avoid um, so that they do not have acne, because those foods can aggravate pimples and acne, is caffeinated beverages like coffee, alcohol, and spicy foods, not oily foods. So that is a myth. In fact, so for some people, it's even personalized. I know someone that tells me anytime she eats cake or anything very sugary, her pimples just flare up on her face. So some people, you need to even watch your own self to know what flares up your pimples. But generally, it is known that spicy foods, um, caffeinated beverages like coffee and then alcohol can flare up pimples on the face. Not groundnuts, because groundnuts has some oil. And I just mentioned that is a myth, that oily foods cause pimples is a myth. Is a myth. Is a myth. Someone said peanuts. Well, for you, but generally it's not happens for most people is the ones I've mentioned. Caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods. Now, the next Okay, sorry for that brief break in transmission. So, what are okay? Princess says groundnut brings pimples. Maybe for you, I wouldn't argue with that, but just so that generally oily foods do not cause pimples, doesn't cause acne. It is a myth. Now, what are the root causes of acne and how do you treat and manage it? I've already mentioned the root cause of acne. So I won't answer this question. Rather, I'll throw it to the house. I've already talked extensively on that. What causes acne in puberty? How do we treat and manage it? Like I said, there are several treatments. If you're having acne, I know acne is like a more severe form of pimples. It's not just someone that has one pimple here, one pimple. People that have acne, the pimples is everywhere and they're in different shapes and sizes. There are some that are so big and like bumps, then tiny ones, and some are whiteheads. I'm sure you've had whiteheads, you've had blackheads. That's acne. So if someone else has that, my best advice is go to a. Can everyone see my video? Princess says she can't see my video. If you can see my video, please just drop hi in the comment section. Let me know that it's not a general problem. Can you see my video?
Hello, sis. We can't see your video at the moment.
Can you see it now? Can you see my video now?
Not at the moment, but your sound works.
Oh, that means it went off when I stopped the video when I was at break, but I put it back on. So I'm wondering why it's not. Is there anybody at all that can see my video?
Not at the moment. Maybe it will come on eventually, so don't worry, don't bother. But it's indicating here that your video is open. So on the chat, it's showing that your video is open.
Okay. Let's continue. Maybe it's come on later.
Yes.
Or maybe I have to log off and log back in.
Don't worry about logging off. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Okay. So someone asked the root cause of acne. I said I've talked extensively on that. So in the question in the interactive session, I'll get somebody who's been listening and who listened to that part answer that question. So how do we treat and manage it? There are several ways to treat and manage acne. If you have acne, I advise that you see a dermatologist. That is a doctor who specializes in skin conditions to get a specialized treatment plan for you. There are so many different causes, but when it comes to puberty, it's hormonal causes. It's hormones. So we always try to target the hormones. But like I said, the hormones will cause the glands in the face to, okay, thank you, my video is back on. So like I said, the hormones will cause the glands in the face to, the oil glands to produce more oil. And then this oil reacts with dead skin cells that are already on the face and bacteria that are already on the face and clog the pores, which leads to acne. Now, we give treatments to, we can either give hormonal treatment, we can give antibacterial treatment, because if this oil doesn't have bacteria to react with, that will clog the pores and everything, it will not cause that much of an issue. So the treatment includes topical treatment, that's the ones you put on your face, even oral treatments, the ones you swallow through the mouth. So some of the topical treatments that we give are things that will contain benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid. I'm sure a lot of us have heard of salicylic acid. So we look for formulations or creams that contain salicylic acid, even facial washes that contain salicylic acid or retinoid or benzoyl peroxide. I'll just mention them. But like I said, it's good to see a dermatologist and get a specialized treatment plan for acne if you have it. Then we can also give topical antibiotics. These ones target the bacteria and they contain clindamycin or erythromycin. We can also give the ones antibiotics to swallow, like the tetracycline, doxycycline, dapsone can also be given. Then the hormonal therapy to target the hormones that are causing all these issues. We can give hormonal therapy. We can give even contraceptives. Some people use contraceptives to treat acne because these contraceptives, what's it called, target the hormones that are causing these issues. So those are the treatments. Then, of course, we also recommend a skincare routine, which I'm going to talk about very soon. Because after treating it, you have to maintain a skincare routine to ensure that it doesn't come back. Now, there's another thing I'm going to talk about, which is eczema, which we've not mentioned since we started this session. But eczema is also an issue one encounters during pregnancy. Eczema, growing up, I used to think eczema was when someone has eczema, this person is very dirty. I'm serious. I'm one of those people that used to think, eczema means this person does not wash, does not bath, does not clean themselves, and this person is very dirty. But of course, coming into medical field and knowing what eczema is, I know that that's not true. Eczema is basically inflammation of the skin, and puberty can cause it. Still, because of these, our hormones that are raging during puberty, it can cause eczema. It can cause inflammation of the skin. Other things that can cause eczema include some foods. Some people are allergic to some foods like these peanuts that you mentioned, dairy products like milk, cheese. Some people are allergic to those things and they can cause eczema. Things in the environment too can cause eczema, like smoke, dust, pollen, even some things, some chemical products that we use, like soaps, the fragrances, sprays that we use, can irritate the skin and cause inflammation, swelling of the skin, which is eczema. So it's something that it can happen in puberty, and doesn't mean the person is dirty or doesn't take care of themselves. It's just for them to know how to manage it. So if you notice you're having something like that, see your dermatologist. The treatments include topical corticosteroids. Steroids is a type of cream that can be used. Yes, I mentioned soap. There are some harsh soap that your skin can react to and can cause eczema. So you need to get a proper skincare routine. If your dermatologist recommends something mild enough for you to use, and also corticosteroid cream. On the face. So that is eczema. Now, someone said difference between acne and eczema. Acne, you see it as bumps, pimples. Eczema, sometimes it just looks like the skin is peeling, it's flaky, and then it's itchy. So that's the difference. And like even the cause is different. And eczema has nothing to do with oil. It's just the reaction of the skin. You might be reacting the hormones, and it's still related to the pubertal hormones, but the skin is sensitive and just reacts to it can be reacting to some certain kind of food. It can be reacting to dust or smoke in the environment. It can be reacting to a harsh soap. That is eczema. Acne is when oil blocks your skin pores, the small tiny holes in your skin that allows your skin to breathe. When oil blocks those pores, it swells up and causes pimples and acne. So that's the difference. There are two very different conditions, and they have two different ways. The main treatment for eczema is using corticosteroids, steroid creams, right? You just get it, and then of course we'll try to, if you come to see us, we'll try to find out what is causing it. Is it something you're eating? Is it something in the environment? And then we try to help you avoid whatever is causing it. Then we now prescribe that cream that you rub. But the treatment for acne is very different, and I mentioned that already. In fact, acne, some people even use laser therapy. You can Google it, laser therapy, to treat very severe acne conditions. So acne treatment is even chemical peels. Some people do chemical peels to treat acne. That's when it's advanced. So there are different treatments for acne, and it's very different from the treatment for eczema. But one thing I want people to know is that these conditions are conditions that can be seen in puberty, and it doesn't mean that your skin is dirty or you are dirty. It's just because of those hormones during puberty. So if it's severe, of course, before you go, you will learn how to take care of your skin, a proper skincare routine. But if you're having this condition and it's severe, please see a dermatologist. There are solutions to it. Don't go around feeling bad about your skin and not doing anything about it. There are solutions to it. And for a lot of people, once they get out of that puberty stage, they realize that these things are not so worrisome again, because the hormones now balance themselves out and those conditions reduce. So the last thing that I've been saying, I'll tell you, we finally come to it, is what are the skincare routines you should observe as often as possible? Okay. As a young girl, as a young boy going through puberty, you need to learn a proper skincare routine. First of all, wash your face. Do not use the soap that you used to bath on your face. As I've mentioned, by now we all know that the skin on the face is very sensitive and it's different from the skin on the rest of your body. So all those soaps that you use on your body to wash your body, they are harsh for your face. Please have a different wash that is specially formulated for the face. A facial wash, please have that for your face. And if you're somebody that is having issues with acne or pimples, get one that contains salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide, one of those ingredients that I mentioned, or a retinoid to wash your face. Something that contains salicylic acid to wash your face. If you have issues with pimples, it will help. So get a facial wash. There are so many facial washes out there, right? So many brands are producing facial washes. You can consult again with a dermatologist to recommend something for you, or a skincare expert to recommend a facial wash for you that you can use. Wash your face morning and wash your face at night. Especially if you've used makeup. And even if you don't use makeup, during the day you sweat, you go out, enter traffic, dust will just be slamming your face here and there. Wash your face at night before you sleep. So that is that. Always wash your face and use a face wash. Don't use that bar soap that you're using for your body or anything else that you're using for your body. It will be too harsh for your face. Then moisturize. Always moisturize. Some people feel that, if I'm having oil on my face and it's causing pimples, why will I not come and rub cream on your face again? My dear young brothers and sisters, if you don't moisturize, it will even worsen the pimples, because the face, the oil glands in the face, when they don't receive that moisturizing, they get a signal that they should produce more oil to oil that face, since you've not oiled it yourself, and that's even worsen the problem. So it's good to moisturize. But if you have oily skin and you're having issues with acne and pimples, there are special moisturizers for oily skin. Okay? Please, I saw Vaseline or body cream. No, none of the above. Get a moisturizer, a face moisturizer. Some people say they use Vaseline and they don't have any issues. It's good for them, or maybe their skin type is different, but I do not recommend Vaseline. I always recommend a facial moisturizer. There are moisturizers that are just for the face, and also and there are those that are formulated for different types of skin type. If you have dry skin, there's a moisturizer for dry skin. If you have oily skin, there's a moisturizer for oily skin. So get a facial moisturizer that is tailored to the type of skin that you have, and use it in the day after you wash your face and in the night after you wash your face. So moisturize, whether you're having oily skin or any other kind of skin condition, please, moisturizing is a must. Then another thing that you need to observe is sunscreen. The sun damages our skin a lot, and causes us to age faster than we are. So you can look for a